We'll go ahead and get started. Get on the first question from Rick Stroud.
Hey, Coach. It seems like you're kind of following a pattern where you guys, get up to a nice lead in the first half and play really well on offense, and then maybe not so much in the second half. But you had to like the way your defense came again, got turnovers, sacks, and kind of set the tone.
Yeah, definitely. Great job by Pat O'Connor blocking that punt, getting us started. Heck of a job by Chris getting it in the end zone, turning that into a touchdown. And we've started fast in every ball game. We get a lead, and we had to develop a better finish. I won't say a killer instinct, just a finish. And we came out. We answered when they scored. We scored, but again, way too many penalties offensively. Second and first and 20 every series. It seemed like the way we ran the ball and finished it out. But defensively, we did a heck of a job.
And Shaq
other than that 3rd and 20.
Yeah, Shaq Barrett comes home, to Denver. I mean, I know he may have been pressing the first 2 weeks, but he looked like Shaq Barrett again, right?
Oh, there's no doubt. He's going to have a big day. They tried to single block him. We kept pressuring up the middle, which was getting him singled, and people were getting home from everywhere.
Thanks.
All right, next is Greg Allman.
Coach, how encouraging is it to see a turnover-free game? I mean, Brady had played clean last week, but to go the entire game, no turnovers on offense, really didn't let the other team back in as a result of that.
Yeah, I thought that we improved that way for sure. And, we had the ball and moved it real well in the first half. We missed some gimmies, though, and we'll work on those. And it's still timing and seeing guys. And, but I like the way we played.
The offensive line, it seemed like the sacks they gave up today were almost coverage sacks, just kind of long, sustained plays where no one was open. Are you still pleased with the way they're blocking for Brady right now?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, Tom felt good, thought he could get a ball open somewhere and got sacked. They were coverage sacks. And I thought a little slow to the running game early, but then we opened it up better.
You had two potentially significant injuries with Sean Murphy-Bunting and Chris Godwin going out with hamstrings. Any sense of whether those could extend to next week?
We'll have to wait and see. It's never good to injure yourself and then fly for 4 hours or 3 hours, whatever it's going to be, getting home. So we'll have to wait and see.
All right, next is going to be Ed Encina.
Bruce, Tom spread the ball around quite a bit, 8 different receivers, but how important was it to get the ball to Gronk and OJ, especially early?
Well, again, this was one of those teams that were going to double team Mike the entire game, and this opens up for the guys inside. And so I really like the way we improved in that area, getting those guys open and catching the ball and delivering it to them. So, it's just one of those, if they're going to double Mike, those guys have to show up.
Thank you.
All right, next is Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach. For 2 weeks now, we've really seen glimpses of what this offense can become. I know drops in the second half were an issue last week. Some would blame the wind possibly for that. And you mentioned you want this team to have more of a killer instinct. Is it really an attitude that they need to come out with in the second half to take care of that? What in your experience, causes teams to go from outscoring opponents so much in the first half and then kind of sputtering in the second?
I think just playing a little bit not scared, but not wanting to mess up and give the team something to get back in the game. I didn't like the way we finished the half defensively, giving them that touchdown. I thought that was not our style. And offensively, it's just making plays. If there were plays to make, we didn't make them. So we got to go back and look at why we didn't make them. And but again, the finish is the entire team. And we got the turnovers. We got to go get more points.
And speaking of the injuries, I know you were already asked about those, but what can you say about the guys like Mike Edwards, who stepped into a little bit of a bigger role, and it also looked like Antoine Winfield Jr., he stepped into a little bit of a different role, to overcome those injuries?
Yeah, I mean, Antoine's played the nickel since he's gotten here, so it was no big deal for him, and Mike's been ready for his shot. And great to see him come up with that big interception because he is a guy that is a ball hawk and should come up with plays like that.
All right, next is Ira Kaufman.
Bruce, were you tempted at any time today to turn to Todd Bowles and say, are you sure Winfield's a rookie, Todd? How much is this kid growing on you, Bruce, every week?
Oh, the first week he got here. I mean, you saw it. And he's just going to continue to make plays. And wherever we put him, he's a 5-year vet mentally just because of where he came from. But his maturity level is off the charts and very, very similar to Tyron Matthew and Buda Baker.
And Bruce, with all the talk about the offense with Brady during the offseason, you kept saying, you couldn't wait to see this defense play this year. And by my count, it's like 9 straight good games for this group. Have they reinforced your opinion, Bruce?
No, there's no doubt. We built this team on defense. Tom was just the icing on the cake. When we came into the offseason last year, it was, hey, let's keep this defense together because it can be special. And then all of a sudden, Tom was like the icing on the cake for us offensively.
Thanks, Bruce.
You bet.
All right. Next is going to be John Romano.
Specifically with this defense, Bruce, you seem to have a lot of different guys who are capable of getting in the backfield and getting after the quarterback. Could you just talk about the number of weapons that Todd has at his disposal for the pass rush?
Yeah, I've been on some really good defenses, and I'd have to probably go back to the early Steelers when I was with them when all 4 linebackers were really good pass rushers. So the inside guys are trying to outdo the outside guys, and outside guys are doing a good job when inside guys are blitzing and coverage. So all 4 of those guys, and really you throw Nelson in there who's having a good one, and then our secondary also. Our defense is built on multiple pieces, being able to do a lot of different things, and I'll put our guys up against anybody's.
Is it also how much of a help is it that Vay and Sue are occupying so many linemen at the point of attack?
Yeah, I mean, today it's good to see Vita get his shot in there. Will got after him again. But, yeah, our interior guys are rushing really well, and they're pushing them to the outside guys. And so it's a heck of a good unit. Whoever's getting singled, I like their chances.
We have time for 3 more. We're going to go with Scott Smith, Scott Reynolds, and then Karen Loftus.
Along those lines, Bruce, when you look at this defense and still how young they are overall and what they've done last year, and they've carried that over into the first 3 games, on the spectrum of good to great, where do you think this defense is right now?
I think we're good, getting to very good. We got to finish that half. We can't give up that touchdown to finish up the half to be great. I mean, making more plays. I think we're just growing and growing. I would just say we're good right now.
Scott Reynolds is next.
Hey, Bruce, just wanted to see if you could expand on the play of your safeties. Jordan Whitehead had another good game, had a sack. Winfield with his 2nd sack in as many weeks, and then Edwards with the interception. Was that a position that maybe let you guys down a little bit this year that has really come on and turned into a playmaking force for you?
I don't think they've let us down this year at all. I mean, they've been playing really, really good. Every game. I can't think of any of which of those guys had a bad game yet. So, and Twan's just going to keep growing. And Jordan is Jordan, and heck of a, he's a good safety. He's a good blitzer. He's a good center fielder. So, and then Mike Edwards is Mike Edwards. So I think he's when you lose Sean, nobody missed a beat.
Last one is going to come from Karen Loftus.
Hey, Coach, Tom Brady throws for almost 300 yards, first game without an interception, and finds 8 different players in the receiving game. Were you most impressed by this game out of all of his games so far, and would you say this is the best he's played in the 3 games?
Yeah, I think so far for sure. We put a lot on him today, and he delivered.
That's all for today. Thanks, Coach.
You bet. Thanks, guys.